Am I the asshole for embarrassing my brother in front of the whole family? I, 36 am married to a wonderful woman, 34. When we first got married 8 years ago, I was making about $36,000 and she was making $230,000. Fast forward a year and we welcome a sweet baby girl. After her maternity leave was up, I took my vacation to stay with my baby. Well, I found out that being a dad and taking care of the house is 1,000 times better than working in a stressful office. We discussed it, and I became a full-time sod. I like being a sod. I even enjoy keeping the house clean, cooking, taking care of the kids, 7F, 4M and 1M, being involved in the mom groups, Little League, etc. The only person who seems to have a problem with things is my older brother, 44M. I don't know how, but despite being raised by parents who are very much champions of equal rights, he grew up to be the embodiment of man provides and guides, woman makes home and follows, which is why he is a 2-times divorcee who has terrible relationships with his kids. For the past 7 years he has been making jokes about me, trying to imply that I am less of a man because my wife earns money while I play little wife. I ignore him if I'm in the mood to, or just shake my head at him. Well, my wife and I were drunk one time and we came up with a bit of a naughty solution. He gives major vibes of being a prude, and is casually homophobic to be honest. So when he made a joke last Sunday along the lines that, if you were married to a man, you would 100% be the bottom, I hit him with, funny you say that, I am a bottom. Wife, really knows how to use a dildo and harness to make a man see the starts. He turned so red. Everyone kind of let out a shocked laugh and he finally shut up. After a while he said that he did not want to hear about what I do with my wife in our bedroom. I said if he keeps his comments to himself, I would have no reason to share. But today Mom called me to say that he refuses to attend Sunday dinner if I am there unless I apologize. I refused to and Mom is now the one feeling bad. So am I the asshole? Not the asshole. Bra fucking. Vo. Well done sir, well done. Not the asshole. 1. You are the manliest man. 2. You are kind of my hero. 3. You and your wife sound like keepers. Not the asshole. Mom needs to get him to apologize if she wants to butt in. He opened the back door, you just walked through it. Edit. Ah, thanks for the award and all the comments. Not the asshole, but I would have gone a step forward and tell him that you will not take marriage advice from a twice divorced deadbeat dad. Haha, this is amazing. Not the asshole. You're so right, if he doesn't want to hear that sort of stuff, he shouldn't be making those sort of comments. Mom called me to say that he refuses to attend Sunday dinner if I am there unless I apologize. Stop. Wait, come back. Not the asshole. Tell her he's not welcome anymore anyway. 2-times divorcee who has terrible relationships with his kids. He has some seriously misguided views of what makes a man. He sure did a good job of guiding 2 families away from him. Am I the asshole for dropping out as Mo in my older sister's wedding? Backstory. I, 23 female, have 2 sisters, Jenna, 25, Summer, 19, and a brother, Jason, 22. My parents also took in a family member, Rachel, 11, a few months ago. Rachel has been through some shit. She doesn't talk, she never lets go of this little stuffed elephant, and she follows my mom everywhere. She can't go to school yet because my mom and her therapist agree that it would be too much for her. Rachel is the sweetest kid ever, though. She's always down to cuddle and watch a Disney movie and she has the cutest smile. I was even allowed to touch her elephant the other day. Jenna has always been a pretty difficult person. She hasn't lived at home in a while. She moved out for college, moved back home for a few months, then moved in with her boyfriend, now fiancé. My parents have been using her room as a guest room but they never changed anything about it. Rachel has also been staying there. My parents are going to adopt Rachel and they want to turn Jenna's old room into Rachel's new room. They told Jenna they're turning her old room into Rachel's room, so she needs to come and go through her stuff and decide what she wants to keep and what she wants to donate, throw away. Jenna said they can find another place to put Rachel and she's not giving up her room. My parents said they already made their decision and Jenna made an ultimatum. Either our parents keep her room the way it is or she goes NC. My dad and I packed all of Jenna's stuff into boxes and put it in an empty garage. We painted Rachel's new room, put together furniture, and filled the closet with new clothes and toys. We even built in a snack bar. Rachel loves it. She's starting to stay in her room more. Before she'd only go in her room if she needed to change or sleep, and I'm pretty sure I heard her talking to her elephant. Not as good as talking to a person, but we'll take it. The problem is, now Jenna and my parents are in a huge fight. Jenna went NC and uninvited my parents from her wedding. In retaliation, my parents announced that they wouldn't pay for half of the wedding anymore, and they're not going to pay the down payment on a house for Jenna and her fiancé, their wedding present. This has caused Jenna to call them abusive and neglectful to anyone that'll listen. I was supposed to be her mo, but I can't believe she's acting like this, so I dropped out of the wedding party. Now Jenna's even madder and her fiancé is saying the entire family is being cruel to her. Not the asshole. Jenna's reaction to all of this is massively out of proportion and entitled. But I am curious, was there any other good option for Rachel's room? I'm fairly sure your mom or dad posted their story in here yesterday. She sounds so entitled. Not the asshole. Not the asshole, you're standing by your family. Wow, your sister is entitled. She thinks your parents are neglectful for not buying her a house or paying for her wedding and giving her unused bedroom to another child when she chose to go NC? Did they take away her pony and diamond earrings too? You and your parents sound like lovely people. Rachel deserves to have the kindness and stability you're all offering. Not the asshole. Jenna sounds insufferable. I suspect the experience of being her mo would be the same. Save yourself the agony. Definitely not the asshole. My mom turned my brother's room into a guest room after he moved out. My old room? That's where her 2 cats live. Tears of joy. ETA, accidentally hit send before finishing my thoughts. Jenna is a huge awe. Not only for being absurd about keeping her old room as a shrine, but even more so if Rachel finds out. Sounds like Rachel's been through some traumatic stuff and doesn't need the added trauma of feeling unwelcome and unwanted. Am I the asshole for not allowing my son to have his friends over until someone fesses up? My son is 19. A few weeks ago he had some of friends over, which is fine. I went to bed early, and when I went to bed, my son and his friends were in the basement. I came down the next morning and went to check my emails. My laptop was in the same place I left it last night, but the screen was cracked, and it looks like there was a drink spilled on it. When my son got up, I asked him if he knew who had damaged my laptop. He said he didn't know, and they had been in the basement while I had left my laptop in the dining room. I told him there was no way the laptop broke its own screen and spilled a drink on itself, so if it wasn't him then it was one of his friends. He swore up and down that no one had touched my laptop. I was like, okay, then no friends over until someone fesses up. I don't think he took me seriously because I came home from work a few days later and he had some of his friends over. I apologized to them but informed them no one had owned up to breaking my laptop, so I wasn't allowing company over in the meantime. My son is very upset, says I'm embarrassing him. I'm of the mind that I don't want people in my house who feel it's okay to break my things and then hide it. I've made it clear I don't expect them to replace it. I just want someone to own up to it and apologize. My sister has told me the punishment is harsh, and she agrees I'm embarrassing my son. Am I the asshole? How is that punishment overly harsh? It seems like the natural progression. If a group of people break something at your home, of course you wouldn't want to let them back in. Not the asshole. And what is your sister on LMAO? Not the asshole. Someone did it, and until someone admits to it there needs to be some consequences. Clearly him and his friends cannot be trusted to be in the house. Not the asshole. I'd be pissed too if someone broke my stuff and didn't fess up, and I wouldn't let them back in my house. Not the asshole. This isn't punishment. This is just home security. Not the asshole. It seems reasonable to me. Not sure at this point anyone will actually confess. You may want to make it clear that you will accept the apology in confidence. Not the asshole. 1. It's true, your laptop could not have broken itself. When I was younger my mother would have done the same thing if I'd have pulled that crap. She also would have made me pay for a new one, or work it off. Am I the asshole for having no sympathy for my child after she didn't listen? My 10-year-old daughter wanted bangs for a long time because a friend of hers recently had her hair cut and had bangs cut, and it ended up being very cute. My daughter has beautiful hair, it's very long, but it's thin. I had my cousin, who is a hairdresser who actually has an area of focus on kids' haircuts, consult, and she said that if we cut bangs into my daughter's hair it wouldn't look right due to how thin her hair is. I normally let my daughter have a say in the choices she makes regarding clothes and hair, but on this one I put my foot down because I know it won't look good and she is going to wind up unhappy. My cousin also uploaded a photo of my daughter to FaceApp and showed me what she would look like with bangs, and it just wasn't a good look. I know FaceApp isn't 100% accurate, but it was pretty close in this regard. Day before yesterday, my daughter told me she was going to take some alone time in our bathroom. It was only after she'd been in the bathroom a while that I noticed the scissors I keep in the kitchen were missing. These are big meat scissors. And then I heard her in the bathroom crying, so I made her open the door, and she was hunkered with her back to me, sobbing, and I saw a hunk of hair in the sink. She had watched a TikTok compilation of people cutting their hair and tried to do bangs. It was not good results. The hair doesn't lay flat, she cut very unevenly, and she cut too short. Using your index finger, place the tip in the center part and go down to the first bend, and that's how short she cut. I really didn't know what to say, so I made sure hadn't hurt herself with the scissors, which she didn't. I looked at her hair, realized I wasn't going to be able to even it up myself, so I called my cousin, who came over and made the cut even, but it required cutting shorter, and now her hair is fucked up. My daughter is mortified and doesn't want to go into public now. She keeps begging me to fix it even though I've explained to her, and my cousin explained it can't be fixed. So I told her, this is what happens when you don't listen. You made the mistake yourself. You hid in the bathroom because you knew it was wrong. You have to live with the consequences and wait for it to grow. My husband says I'm being very cold and unsympathetic and that our daughter is 10. She didn't know any better, she was just learning and doing what kids do. I feel that she knew exactly what she was doing and that it was wrong, hence her hiding from me. My husband said that if I had just taken her to the salon and had her hair cut, then she wouldn't have done it herself. My daughter hates the bangs. Says my cousin was right that it wouldn't look good, so if I had taken her to get it done then she'd be blaming me. We're at a stalemate. Am I the asshole? Edit. Why is everyone focusing on me when she asked my husband for bangs as well and he said no? He told her he didn't think it would look good. He could have also easily taken her to the salon. I can pretty much guarantee that the majority of the YTAs here are not parents or have really young children. 10 is old enough to face the consequences of your actions. She snuck into the bathroom, she knew she shouldn't be doing what she did. Not the asshole. Hair will grow back. There are lots of stupid things kids do that cannot be fixed. Nah. No real interpersonal conflict here, but I'll say this. We often have to watch our kids make their own mistakes and learn from them. This is one of those times. Instead of getting mad and telling her that you warned her, let her know that she's still the prettiest 10-year-old girl you know. Come up with ways to hide or disguise it by using pretty hairbands, barrettes, clips and pins. It'll grow out soon. And the next time she's tempted to change her look herself, remind her what happened last time. I'm sure you'll both laugh about this one day soon. You are the asshole. Geez, she's 10 not 20. I'm with your husband on this. She did it, you needn't tell her you're right and she should have listened to you. Way to give a girl mommy issues. Not the asshole. Among almost every girl I've ever known in my 65 years has done something like this once in their lives. My cousins, my friends, my daughter. You live, you learn. She won't likely try anything like this again. And it will grow out. Just see if your cousin can keep it trimmed and shaped while the bangs catch up to the rest of her hair. If you'd taken her to a salon, she would probably be just as unhappy with the way it looked. And it would have grown out. You are the asshole. Yeah, this is all your fault. Your kid should be allowed to make simple decisions for herself at this age, and bangs is an incredibly minor, simple decision. Hair grows back. You should apologize to her for being overly controlling and tell her that next time she wants to do something new with her hair you won't stand in the way. If you'd let her get the bangs and she didn't like them, you could console her and help her be patient while they grow back. Instead, you have this ridiculous mess. You are the asshole. You can make your point and then be a shoulder to cry on. She is 10, have some compassion.